I'm Andrew Z Demetrius, Nicodemus, Kelly Letts, Princess of Property from Howard Hanna Realty, K2 the Baroness, and Renee, our good time gal from the East Side. Whoop, whoop. All right, we got a special guest on the line. He is Jaden Jefferson. He reports on his social media platforms as Jaden Jefferson Reports. You may have seen him on one of his millions of reports locally, or maybe on the Ellen Show, or maybe interviewing Oprah or Brad Pitt, or one of the other many celebrities that he interviews. And I saw him at Acoustics For Autism yesterday. Looking dude looks 25. I don't even understand what's going on. He just turned 16.
He's the most mature child I've ever known.
Dude's pulling out his credit card and what is going? He meets people for coffee.
Right.
Dude, you're 16. Jaden's on with us. Good morning, Jaden.
Good morning. It was nice seeing you yesterday.
So what did you think? Give me your overall impression of Acoustics For Autism, maybe a highlight or a low light.
Well, it was my first time going when I wasn't working, so it was definitely a lot less busy, crowded, and just overall stressful. So it wasn't bad, though.
Yeah, there's one downside. This lady was telling me, she's like, man, porta potties in the pitch black suck.
Oh.
She said she was so stressed out. She was so stressed out about her dropping her phone in the damn thing. What, Demetrius?
That never even occurred to me.
Which part?
Like peeing in a porta potty in the dark. Wow, that would be stressful.
I can say I've been in some porta potties where they have like a light in there. It's like solar on top of the porta potty, and then the light turns on at nighttime.
What events are you going to where they have lit up porta potties?
Just my hometown, downtown Toledo.
I haven't not seen those. All right. Well, anyway, Jaden, what's going on with you?
You know, nothing much. I think it's kind of just been recovering from the weekend, because now that I think about it, the whole weekend I just spent outside. So, you know, that's kind of what I've just been up to, just recovering from that. So
we call that childhood, Jaden.
I probably had in years.
What was that, Demetrius?
Well, yeah.
We call that childhood. That is when you're outside all weekend.
Yes. It's right.
It's draining.
Well, yeah, it was. The weather was. It was I mean, that's the one thing. I think K2 talked about it, but just the weather was so nice this weekend. You just your first weekend out, you just want to get out.
Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, this is this is the time when neighbors start to reacquaint themselves with one another. Mm-hmm. Like you haven't seen them since it got cold, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, you still live here.
Man, it's already 50. It's going to be 75 today.
Crazy.
75. Are you golfing today?
I got to work.
You don't look good, though. You look like you're sick. See? Look, I hear a cough.
I can't do that to them. They'd be so... No.
So what else is going on, Jaden? What's new? What's anything new in the news that catches your interest or anything?
You know, it's kind of been a little bit of everything, but we kind of just got into the political season, so you're seeing the campaign ads everywhere. And so it's kind of just been my job recently to just kind of make sure people actually know what they're voting for, because one thing Americans are good for is just randomly tapping anything. And so it's kind of been my duty recently to kind of just let people know, okay, this is what's on the ballot, this is what you can expect. And, you know, so far that's been good, just because people have so many questions and just really didn't really know there was an election. So
isn't
work in that department.
Isn't that how you put yourself on the map? You interviewed somebody, and that's how you got like national attention. Was that Bernie Sanders?
It was actually Elizabeth Warren, but in that same department, really.
Wait, what was it? Who was it?
Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, Elizabeth Warren. Okay. The beginning of all your words are cutting off. I don't know what that is. It's probably in my janky phone system, but if I was gonna guess. That's right. It was Elizabeth Warren that you interviewed. Who are you looking? Who would you love to interview this cycle?
Oh, and he's gone.
You know, really, any of the candidates. You know, I think 2020 was exciting, but I feel like this time around, any candidate that wants to talk, I want to talk to them. Because everyone has something to say.
Anyone?
Regardless.
Really? Anyone, Jaden?
Really, anyone.
Anyone. See, all of them. He wants to talk to Nikki Haley. He wants to talk to the other two guys. Man, that are 15, they're 6 times your age. That's crazy. Crazy.
It's something.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to this summer? Anything fun? Talking to Jaden Jefferson, by the way.
Yeah, really just going out and doing really anything because I'll have much more free time, so I won't be as tired. So I think really just looking forward to that, and of course the weather too, because I'm kind of tired of the cold.
Yeah. And you're 16 now. Why don't you have a license yet? We talked about. I mentioned it too. I thought you had a license. What's going on with that?
Funny you mention that. In a couple weeks, I begin the driving classes, so we're getting close. We're getting really close. We're on the verge.
Grandma's not going to have to drive you around anymore?
Not anymore, but if she offers, I won't exactly be saying no.
Well, it's funny because for me, man, I remember as soon as I turned 16, dude, I had that. I'm like, let's get this license and let's hit the roadways. But you gave it a couple weeks. Then a couple weeks you're gonna be driving. Well, you come
for
in.
Sure, I think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, yeah, I was going to say, because I think it's definitely not as, big a deal for a lot of people now. I think they just kind of take their time. And then for me, as someone who really takes their time, I expected it to be years. So this is progress.
I've noticed that too. Like a lot of young people now, a lot of them don't drive. They're like, whatever. And I'm like, how do you get anywhere?
Yeah.
Like, how can you live life without driving? And they just pitch rides with friends and stuff. And Uber makes it easier now, but in the old days, dude, right when I turned 16, man, I needed a license because I had to get out of the house.
Your friends need to get laid, and you were the only one who was going to drive them.
I know. They weren't getting no license. All right. Well, good, Jaden. It's always good talking to you. Once you want to come in studio, you're always welcome, of course. And we love seeing you yesterday, and we love talking to you, brother.